me again. Today we're going to be talking about how to solve inequalities. And this is actually our last note page of the unit. Can you believe it? We're already done with Unit 6. So nice, so fast, so quick, amazing. The awesome thing about solving inequalities is it's basically the same thing as solving equations, which we already know how to do. So this is going to go super, super fast. Yeah. So let's look at the first example on your notes page. 3x is greater than or equal to 84. Well, if we solve inequalities the same way we solve equations, we would need to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 3. So we would get x, right? X is left over because those 3's cross out. X is greater than or equal to, well, what is 84 divided by 3? 84 divided by 3 is 28. So we would say x is greater than or equal to 28. And once we have x isolated and an inequality like this, we know how to graph this inequality. So now I would come down to my graph and I'm going to put 28 in the middle because I like to put things in the middle. So I'm going to put 28 in the middle and x is greater than or equal to 28. So greater than or equal to is going to be a closed circle because it has the or equal to. And then x is greater than or equal to 28. So that means that I would need to shade to the right on my number line because greater than or equal to would be 29 would be an option, 30 would be an option, da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Might help if you label the whole number line, but it's not necessary. Just sometimes it's helpful, especially when you're trying to think of possible solutions. Okay? So once we have it graphed like this, we're done. We've solved the inequality and we've graphed it. Look how simple. Not bad. So the only part that's different between solving equations and solving inequalities is graphing it at the end with that greater than or less than and the equal to part. But besides that, it's the exact same as solving equations. Super awesome. So since you already know how to solve equations, let's do this last example on your page, and then you're going to do the 2 practice problems on your own. So the next example on your page is 18 is greater than or equal to 2f plus 8. So over here we have 2 steps. We have multiplication and we have addition. So we need to undo our addition first. So I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. This is the same process as when we were solving our equations. So 18 minus 8 is 10, because remember our goal is to isolate that variable, and we can't undo the multiplication before we undo subtraction. So now I'm left with 10 is greater than or equal to 2f. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to get that variable isolated. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So our inequality statement that we solved was 5 is greater than or equal to f. Okay? So we got this by just undoing our operations up here. And if you remember that acronym with the phone, don't call after midnight. The don't was distribute, call was combine like terms, and then after was undo any addition or subtraction, and then midnight was undo any multiplication or division. So once we have undone that, we get our inequality is 5 is greater than or equal to f. And now our last step is to graph it. So once again, I'm going to put 5 in the middle because I like that. And I'm going to put a filled in, a closed circle here because it's greater than or equal to. And now this time I'm saying 5 is greater than or equal to f. So that means that f, a possible solution for f might be 4. Possible solution for f would be 5 because this needs to be smaller than our 5. So 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. That means that I need to shade to the left this time because our variable needs to be less than 5. You can also flip this around and rewrite it as f is less than or equal to 5. Remember we talked about how you could rewrite the variable first, and if you rewrite the variable first, now it fits that rule with the arrow going this way and the less than or equal to symbol. But remember that only works if you flip the variable around. So you got to be careful. I like to always think about possible solutions. I find possible solutions more helpful. A possible solution for f would be 4. A possible solution for f would be 5. No, yes, 5. So that means that we need to shade this way. Okay? So when there's 2 steps, be careful. You might want to review those don't call after midnight steps from solving equations and go back and look at solving 2-step equations. But besides that, I really think that solving inequalities isn't that bad because we already know how to solve equations. So it's not that different. Let me know if you guys have questions. We are really proud of how hard you've been working. You guys are doing an awesome job. We miss you. We love you. Goodbye.